While I don't love lending credibility to millennial stereotypes, I do spend a lot of my time texting. Actually, I think there are some days where I type more words on WhatsApp than I speak out loud, which is a terrifying thought now that I've said it. On that, Telltale's Mr. Robot mobile game, which is developed by the studio behind Oxenfree, arrived last week. Basically, you pick up someone else's phone and begin getting cryptic texts and instructions. Of course, since it's based on a show about hacking, there's some of that in here, but the hacking you're asked to do is far closer to social engineering and identity theft than actual hacking. You'll be trying to get passwords by impersonating the IT guy, not writing lines of code. The whole game exists within a fictional phone operating system, and your contact list is peppered with characters from the show. It also takes place during the events of Season 1, so don't worry if you're not up to date with Season 2. You also really only play this game when you have texts to reply to, which arrive sporadically throughout the day, so it's not like every other game where you engage in it if and when you want to. This isn't the first game that's tried this unusual format. Lifeline is another mobile game that focuses on trading text messages, this time with an astronaut who's crash-landed on a creepy alien moon. Okay, so I got the dude killed on the first day and had to start again, but on my second try it all got surprisingly tense, and my instructions as to what he should do next felt very, very important to ensure the little guy made it through. The story is branching and dense, and while both of these games cost a few dollars, it is surprisingly affecting to have fake people hitting you up on your phone all day asking for help and advice. The world of Mr. Robot is especially perfect for it. The characters in the game are written so very closely to their television counterparts, with similar speech mannerisms and the respective abrasive and calculated personalities that fit with what you'd expect of Darlene and Elliot. The texts you get in-game read like messages from actual people, complete with melodramatic caps and autocorrect mistakes. And although you can't reply with whatever you want, when you're selecting between reply options, you make typos and delete words as you go. Those little realistic touches make the darker sides of the game, which draw on invasion of privacy, identity theft, and social anarchy, feel all the more immersive. They make receiving texts stressful and deciding on how to engage with the people contacting you more complicated, because you actually start giving a shit. To have a game emulate and hijack a way of communicating that's pretty exclusively reserved for your friends and real people in your real life is confronting. And at points I found it hard to remember it was all a game. I found myself checking my phone constantly and getting irrationally anxious about the lengths I had to go to make progress. At one point I had to threaten to reveal illicit information about a guy to his young son in order to blackmail him into helping me. Other occasions forced me to assume people's identities and potentially put them in danger to get what I needed. I constantly had one foot in the realm of wanting to get my way via the calmest and least intrusive means possible, and the other in a place where I found myself making big threats, hurting families, and putting careers in jeopardy. For someone who's used to coasting through decision-making in games, choosing only Paragon options, that's a tall order. I know what you're thinking. I'm being silly because it's not real, but the writing and text emulation mechanics certainly make it feel real. Sometimes too real. And as uncomfortable and bizarre a feeling that is, it certainly makes it worth forking over a few dollars for the experience.